Hello people, I'm the Real Comic Book Gamer, and today I'm going to be counting down my top 10 favorite superheroes of all time. I know before I said I was going to do top 10 Marvel and top 10 DC and combine the two, but I decided let's just skip straight to it. So yeah, without further ado, here it is. And number 10 is Batman. Now I know I more have to explain why he's number 10 and not like higher on the list, but then why he's on the list at all, because everyone knows why he's on the list. He's Batman. He's awesome. He's got some of the best story arcs out there. He's just a really cool character all around and one of the first ever superheroes. So yeah, Batman's just an awesome character, and you guys all know who he is and why he's on this list. Number 9 is Hawkeye. Now, Hawkeye is a really cool character, and one of the reasons I really love him is he's, like, the most relatable Avenger. Like, you know, you got the super genius billionaire in Iron Man, you've got Thor, who's just a god, and then you got just tons of other Avengers with all these different things, even ones, you know, without powers like Tony Stark, but they're still just these different types of people, where Hawkeye is a normal guy, especially in Matt Fraction's Hawkeye run. Hawkeye is just this normal guy that suddenly, like, he just happens to be in the Avengers. That's basically how it is. He's a normal guy that's really good at archery that just happens to be in the Avengers, and it's just really cool, and he's an awesome character to see him go around, and he's currently got my favorite ongoing book with all new Hawkeye. Jeff Lemire's doing amazing with him, and I just love the character. He's sarcastic, he's cool, and he's got a bow and arrow. I mean, that's just awesome. At number 8 is Deadpool, the Merc with a Mouth. Now, again, this is another character that everyone knows who he is and why he's on this list, although he does find himself occasionally on the other side of the law pretty much whenever someone gives him enough money. I still consider him a hero. He's an anti-hero. He's hilarious. I know he gets a lot of hate from the actual comic book community. Like, mainstream people love him, but I see a lot of times in the comic community, people hate him. Like, they just talk about, I can take Deadpool in small doses. Personally, I can read Deadpool all day. He's awesome when written correctly. I love Deadpool. He's awesome. He's funny. He's got some really interesting stories, and even some like dark, demented ones, such as Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. It was hilarious, but at the same time, it was a really dark story arc, and it was just really cool to see Deadpool go around and do his thing in another universe, seeing him like unhinged. And then you got other story arcs like the Wolverine origin story arc, which I don't remember the name of the story arc because I got the issues and not the actual graphic novel itself, but it was really cool seeing how seeing him take on Daken at the end. He just went full crazy mode, and Deadpool is just an awesome character. He's just this crazy guy that's a mercenary, and he's got like cancer all over his body, and he's a really awesome character. At number 7 is Green Arrow. Green Arrow is just an all-around cool guy and a very interesting character that does not get along with everyone, especially Hawkman, and he fits into the DC universe really well, and he does not like agree with everyone. He goes full out like with whatever it is he believes, even if it's wrong or something, but if he just views it as right, and it's really just an interesting way to portray a character, how he just goes, he's very headstrong, and he doesn't care what other people think about him, and I really like that aspect of Green Arrow, and he had a cool character arc to where at first, he was just a really good archer that was a decent brawler, and then later on in the Road to Jericho storyline, Judd Winnick made it to where Green Arrow suddenly became this next level guy that was an amazing fighter. He got himself trained by the guy who trained Deathstroke, and I thought that was just a really cool aspect of the character, like seeing him go on this big journey because he realized, hey, the world's getting darker, I need to get better, because, you know, he's getting all these different threats and he can't really take them on anymore, so he decided to go and make himself better. And yeah, that's just one of the many reasons I love Green Arrow. He's just an all-around awesome character, and he doesn't care what people think about him. He doesn't get along with Batman too well, and he's a funny guy. I really just love Green Arrow. Number 6 is Captain America. He's the man at a time. He's just a really amazing character to see all these things he's gone through. You know, he fought in World War II. How is that not cool? He's been through a lot of stuff, went from the 40s straight to, you know, present day, and like, you know, that guy's seen some stuff. And he had to adjust to present day, like just going from this old stuff to all this new technology, and he adjusts with it, and he still stays the same. He's been through a lot of stuff, like I was saying. He fought through World War II. He went up against Hitler. That's just like, wow, he's a superhero that went up against Hitler, and he's still fighting today, and he still stays the same. He doesn't waver no matter what, and he's just a really cool character. Okay, we're in the top 5 now. This is where it gets serious. So, number 5 is Jonah Hex. This is more 40s gangster than Western, but I'm sticking with it. So yeah, Jonah Hex, he's one of the most badass characters to ever appear in comics. He's so cool. He's basically like an unhinged Clint Eastwood. Like if you took every character Clint Eastwood's ever played in a Western, put them all together and like burned a tomahawk onto their face, you'd get Jonah Hex. He's so cool. He's the bounty hunter of the West. He's like, they said he's killed more people than hell has souls. I mean, he's just amazing. And all the different tales of Jonah Hex and learning all these different things about him and like just amazing stories because a lot of his graphic novels consist of just each issue is a separate story. And so you get so much character from that. Like the character building in Jonah Hex comics is amazing and some of the best I've ever seen, especially like from Jimmy Palmiotti and Justin Gray, who really have done the character amazingly over like the past 10 years, but sadly they're off now because the book got canceled from the New 52. But anyways, Jonah Hex is just a badass bounty hunter, and that's pretty much all you need to know. He beat up Batman. He was the one who sent Batman closer to the present day when Darkseid sent Batman back in time during Final Crisis. He went through like all the eras. He went through like Caveman, Pirate Age. And then when he got to Jonah Hex shot him and he fell into a river. I was like, oh yeah, that's Jonah Hex. He took on Batman and won. That's just really cool. And one of the many reasons that he is at number 5. Number 4 is Dick Grayson, Nightwing, Robin, whatever you want to call him. He's the best Robin in my opinion. I don't have a Robin mask or a Screamer stick, sadly, so this is the only thing I could hold up. Well, unless I wanted to hold up all my comics, but that wouldn't really work. So anyways, Nightwing, Dick Grayson, probably the most likable character of all time. I mean, seriously, I've never met someone who's like, I hate Dick Grayson. I've met people who like the other Robins better than him, but I've never seen a single person that's like, you know what, I hate that Richard Grayson, he sucks. I've never seen anyone say that, because he's just such a likable character, and he's so important to the DC Universe, and he's had, like, arguably the best character development of all time in comics, because he grew up as being Dick Grayson, a Robin, growing up under Bruce Wayne, and then he gradually went to becoming leader of the Titans. He had a separation from Batman, then he became Nightwing because he needed an identity of his own, and then Bruce went away, and he became Batman. He helped lead the Justice League. He's had a huge character arc, and now, heck, he's even a spy because everyone knows who Dick Grayson is. Dick Grayson's character arc, if you followed him through the years, is amazing. Like, it's unparalleled. I've never seen it done with any other character, how Dick Grayson has grown, and it's awesome. That is why, well, one of the many reasons why Dick Grayson is number 4. Number 3 is the best at what he does, but what he does isn't very nice. Yes, I'm talking about Wolverine. This mask doesn't fit very well, but Wolverine is awesome. He's got the claws. These aren't claws, but they're fingers. They work just as well. He's got adamantium claws. He can heal. He's just an overall badass character. He's so cool. Like, the stuff he does is amazing, and then he just walks away from it like it was nothing every day. And the stuff he's seen and been through, he was a samurai. Like, at the end of the Wolverine by Frank Miller and by Chris Claremont and Frank Miller, I almost cried at the end. His wife, like, was just like, no, well, she was going to be his wife, was just like, nope, I'm gone. I was like, no, Wolverine went through all that crap, just kill her, Wolverine, she's not worth it. And just, Wolverine, he's one of the first ever characters I got into. He's awesome, he's so cool, but he should never be put into a kid's cartoon because he sucks. All he does is threaten people with claws and then puts his claws back in and punches them. But overall, Wolverine is an awesome, awesome character, and you guys all know who he is. You know why he's awesome. Besides the newer stuff, to where pretty much all Marvel used him as was the guy to kill people when no one else wanted to, like Age of Ultron. It's like, we should go Akatai, kill Hank Pym, or X-Men vs. Avengers, when it's like, hey, we need to kill her because the Phoenix Force is coming with her. I don't know if you guys can understand me, because my mouth is kind of covered by this thing. Yeah. Either way, Wolverine is just a complete and total badass of a character, and you just don't want to take him on. Like, when he killed Mystique, that was awesome. He's done so many cool things, and he's a very important character in the Marvel Universe, and he's just had tons of awesome story arcs, and he's an amazing, cool, actually complex character. if you actually read his stuff and not just like the really recent stuff where they make him the scapegoat for when they want someone dead. But anyways, that is why Wolverine is at number 3. Number 2 is Deathstroke the Terminator. Now some people might be questioning why he's on a heroes list and think he's a villain. Well, if you look at Marv Wolfman the way he originally intended him, he was supposed to be an anti-hero, not actually a villain, and he's an anti-hero right now in the New 52, but some writers have tried to just make him a complete villain, even though he's not. But anyways, that's why he's on this list, and he's just so cool. He is, I know I've said badass a lot, but he is the most badass character in all of comics. He is. There's no arguing it. He's so cool. He's beaten Batman multiple times. Even when he was his weaker self that wasn't as smart, he took down Batman twice in one issue. How cool is that? And that was the Deathstroke that wasn't even at full, like, that wasn't the full-on Deathstroke. That was Deathstroke. Long story short, an explosion happened, changed Deathstroke to where he was younger, but also stupider, and just was not as good, and was constantly questioning himself and stuff, and that Deathstroke beat Batman twice in the same issue, and it took him, like, no effort at all. And in the 90s, he beat the living crap out of Batman, and he's beaten up, Green Arrow. He's taken on so many characters. He's taken on the Justice League. He's beaten up the Teen Titans. He successfully fulfilled his contract and took it, well, and captured all the Teen Titans. And, yeah, he's just a really interesting, complex character. Like, it's all family issues is all I have to say about that. He's got a lot of stuff going on. He fought in wars. He's a mercenary now. He's just, overall, a complete badass. And that is Deathstroke. Alright, so obviously my number 1 is Superman. If you couldn't tell, I don't know how I can hint anymore. But anyways, if you guys watch my channel, you know that Superman is my favorite superhero of all time. He's amazing. How could you not love the guy? He's Superman. Without him, every single superhero fan has to have respect for Superman. Because without him, there is no comic book industry. There's no other superheroes without Superman, the Man of Steel. He started it all. He's an amazing superhero. He tries to help whenever he can. He stands for truth, justice, in the American way. And he's the greatest hero of all time. He always tries to do the right thing. He doesn't always do the right thing, but he always tries to. In his mind, whatever he's doing, it's always for the right reason. Whenever Superman, like, does something, it's not like, oh, well, Superman did something stupid there. It's just like, okay, I see where he's coming from. Now, there have been bad writers who just write Superman like a retard, but a lot of writers do him justice, such as Jeff Johns is my favorite Superman writer of all time. He did an amazing run on Superman, and he really understands the character. If you want to know who Superman is as a character, I suggest reading Superman Up, Up, and Away. It's my favorite graphic novel of all time, and it really shows who Superman truly is. It's all about the character of Superman. The powers are awesome and everything, but the character is truly what Superman is. It's truly why I love Superman. He's always there. At the end of the book, he has a punch-out with Lex Luthor, and during it, because him and Lex Luthor, obviously, neither of them have powers, but he doesn't have powers during the book. And at the very end, he doesn't have powers. But anyways, they're fighting, and he's just saying, at the end of the day, Luthor, I'll always be here to stop people like you. With or without powers, I'll always be there to stop people like you. It was just awesome, and Superman is an amazing character. That's truth, justice, in the American way is the best way to sum him up. That's why it's his tagline. That's why it's sort of his phrase, because that's what he stands for, and it's awesome. How could you not like someone like that? I don't know. But anyways, those are my top 10 favorite superheroes of all time. Please let me know in the comments below, who are you guys' top 5 favorite superheroes of all, top 10 favorite superheroes of all time, because I just told you guys mine. Now, if we were including characters that weren't DC or Marvel, you can bet Snake Eyes would be at number 3. I just wanted to let you guys know that Snake Eyes would be my number 3 on this list if we were including characters that weren't DC and Marvel. But anyways, that's my top 10. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for 14,000 subscribers. That's awesome. When I said I was going to do this, it was for like 10,000 subscribers, so 4,000 subscribers later, and here's the video. Thank you. And at 15,000 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a room tour, which is going to be like including my bookshelf, so you'll see what graphic novels I have and stuff like that. My setup, so you'll see my PC and like where I record and all that stuff in my room. So yeah, once I get 15,000 subscribers, I'll post that up. And yeah, thank you guys for watching again, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like.